Right, okay, so I'm here with Aaron, and I have picked up a Simder Welder. It's just an Amazon £100 special, but it does do stick welding and it does gasless MIG welding. I have got a welding professional in the room who's going to give us some advice and help us set up the machine, potentially off camera, but we'll see if we can coax him out. But yeah, so let's just do a quick unboxing and see what we've got. Instruction book with some brass tips, which Sam will tell me what they are. What are the brass tips for, Sam?
They're your welding tips.
This is for the
shroud.
Shroud. And then we've got
that's your stick welding.
So that's the
earth clamp.
Earth clamp, and then the actual clamp for the
holding sticks.
Welding wire, flux core welding wire. There's like a reasonable amount in there. Quite heavy box work. Next we've got the actual.
That's the torch.
That's the actual torch. Okay, cool. I have done zero welding ever. Aaron has done a reasonable amount. Sam's done a lot more, which is why I say we'll get it set up properly. Aaron is ahead of the game, already pulling it out of the box. So yeah, it's literally just a little welder. It does 140 amps. It's got a little digital display at the front. Such a joke there. Yeah, so okay, that's pretty much it. So yeah, 140 amp display at the front. Let's get it set up.
So this is the voltage
that
the machine will produce. This is adjust your wire speed.
Right, so hang on, what does that mean?
Essentially, wire speed dictates how fast or slow the wire comes out. Generally speaking, the hotter the welding, the faster you need the wire to come out.
Okay, so by twisting that.
By twisting that speeds up the motor here.
Okay. And the motor won't start turning until I pull the
press
trigger
the button. And
can you see that, Ollie?
If you look in there, I'll spin that wheel.
Yes.
And then if you turn it up, you go faster.
Okay. What Sam's doing is he's taking the roll of wire and you feed it in basically through that little, I don't know what you'd call it, like tube or whatever, into the wheel. Once it's into the wheel, you then clamp it in place and then you'd pull the trigger on the gun, the wheel will move it, and then, like I say, eventually, if this is on like 5 times speed, it comes out the end. So it takes a bit of time, but once you get it in, it's job done, set up then. Before being let loose with my own welder, Sam was adamant he was going to make sure it was on the right settings for me so that I don't blow something up.
Not bad.
Yeah?
It doesn't sound too bad actually, does it? No. You're on about 50% power.
I welded! It looks like chicken shit, but I've welded! So I saw this video that the guy said to like do it.
Yeah, you want to do it. I do like that surface.
Yeah, he said a figure of 8 is good.
Yeah.
Or like
as you go
crisscross.
Right in the letter E.
Oh, okay.
And then pull it.
So because I've now got a load out the end of it, doesn't matter.
You can snip it off if you want to. And then before you fire it off, you want to be about sort of there.
The reason that the weld didn't take or start, or however you want to call it, is because the metal was too dirty for it to start. So we cleaned off the surface and started again.
Yeah.
Do you wait a second to cool off in this packet?
It'll come off.
Considering up to this evening I've never done any welding, I was really pleased with what I came up with. And like I say, people are going to comment and tell me it's rubbish, or can tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I'm open to that. Let me know what I've done wrong, and I can rectify that. But like I say, for my first attempt, I was really quite pleased with these, and they certainly would do the job. They're not pretty by any means, but they are, you know, they are usable welds. Yeah, go on.
And you can see it sinking in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, it sat on top here because it was a little bit too quick.
But it's a perfectly acceptable weld, right? Do you know what I mean? Like that would do what it needed to do.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. The last thing that Aaron wanted me to do this evening was to weld basically a piece of exhaust back together again. So we started by just doing a little tack, and then we could align the metal up so it was nice and straight. We then tacked the other side so it was held nice and tightly, and then I would work my way around it and just zigzag back and forth between, you know, both sides of the metal tube to hopefully give a complete finished line all the way around. And yeah, like I said before, it's not pretty, but it sealed the exhaust, no gases could escape, so that would have been like, you know, a perfectly acceptable weld, although it might be a bit ugly. Now Aaron and I have moved on to something that is by far a lot harder. Aaron had never done any stick welding himself, and what you kind of have to do is like strike the match. So what you can see is I'm sort of, you basically touch it, and by touching it you make the connection. What I'm trying to do is essentially get it to ignite. Once it goes, once the tip's glowing hot, you can kind of see it just goes, and it really runs away with itself. It's really fast to take off. It's so much harder than using the MIG, and I only started using the MIG this evening, so yeah, something very different. Aaron was far better at it than I was, but again, he just sort of wiggled it around until it went, and once it went, you could weld with it. The stick welder burns so much hotter, and what Aaron was explaining to me there was that basically he would just wiggle it back and forth until it went, so try and keep it in the same spot, get it hot and it will go. But yeah, you're basically burning substantially hotter, and you couldn't do that on things like the exhaust. As soon as I touched the exhaust, bent through immediately. Okay, so yeah, the Simder MIG-140 Amazon £100 special. What can we say about it? I think value for money, it's really good. Yep. I think it was a reliable little unit. It was quick and easy to set up. Sam set it up for us in literally a few minutes. I think because Aaron's done a lot more welding, his experience is better than mine. What did you think to sort of the MIG side of things?
By no means a welder, but I have done some welding, and I was quite surprised. I was pleasantly surprised when you told me how much it cost. I didn't think we were going to get much out of it.
No, I agree.
But we managed to weld.
Yep.
We managed some decent welds with the
MIG side of things, yeah.
And we had to go at stick. We had welded stick before, but we had to go at it.
I mean, the stick side of things is definitely a learning curve. We've got stuff to learn about it. But yeah, so stick really happy with, and it's nice that it came with the option of the two. I think the only complaint was the power lead. I mean, that's it. That's all you've got. It's like a metre. But you've got 2 metres on these, so, and you've got a few spares. Overall, £100 absolute bargain, and for a learner, I think that's spot on.
And it will weld.
And it will weld. It will do the job. So yeah, recommend. Let me know what you think, based on the product itself, not on our welds, because there's nothing special about them, but let us know what you think in the comments below. So do the like and subscribe. I am so close to 500 subs now. Any help would be greatly appreciated. Drop me a comment. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.